Hello everyone, hope you're doing very well. In this video, we are about to start a whole new lecture series on the history of American literature. And this idea came to my mind because, as we all know, that today's English is very much influenced by English literature. Besides that, if you want to appear or preparing for UGC NET, this video series will definitely help you guys because there is a complete section on American literature in the revised syllabus of UGC NET. So you all need to be very focused about this video series. If you face any kind of doubt or confusion regarding any video of the series, please let me help you in the comment section. But for now, let's make English straightforward. Officially, America was discovered in 1492 by the Italian explorer Christopher Columbus. After the discovery, foreigners started coming to America. In 1607, the first and permanent British colony was established in America. We'll discuss in details about British colonies in America in our next video. Now we all know that since the start, American literature is very dynamic. The whole history of American literature is mainly divided into 5 major episodes or periods. The first one is colonial and early national period. It lasts approximately from the early 17th century to 1830. This time talks about the colonial situation and the situation after America got independence in 1776. Literature and art of this time was highly influenced by the British culture as most of the Americans were British settlers. The writings were practical in nature. They were straightforward in narrative too. Histories of Virginia, written by John Smith, were amongst the foremost American writings. Benjamin Franklin also led the literary works, who was mainly a religious writer and a political leader too. The first American novel was written by William Hill Brown. Beside that, poems were written on various subjects. Washington Irving, James Cooper, Phyllis Wheatley were famous writers of this time. Then from 1830 to 1870, we have the Romantic Age. American Romanticism gave values to individual thoughts, personal emotion, and the beauty of nature. James Russell wrote about everyday life in a humorous way. Edgar Allan Poe crafted the literary form which we called as modern detective story. His famous works are The Black Cat, The Raven, The Murders in the Rue Morgue, etc. Then with Ralph Waldo Emerson and David Thoreau, a philosophical movement started in literature, which is known as Transcendentalism. Harriet Wilson became the first black woman to publish fiction in 1859. Emily Dickinson was another great writer. Her writings are often compared to Whitman's. In 1870, realism and naturalism came in American literature. In the Civil War, more than 8.5 lakh people died. In this time, literature represented the world as it truly was. Mark Twain, whose original name was Samuel Clemens, was one of the pioneers of this literary movement. His famous works are The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, Life on the Mississippi, etc. Theodore Dreiser, Henry James wrote in this age. Maggie, A Girl of the Streets by Stephen Crane also became very popular. Between 1910 to 1945, we have the modernist period of American literature. Robert Frost, Ernest Hemingway, William Faulkner were the most prominent writers of this time. Massive improvements were made in science and technology, and the fatal sufferings caused by the First World War and the Great Depression made a huge impact on American literature. Drama started becoming popular for the first time in America. Beside that, Countee Cullen, Langston Hughes, Claude McKay, were crafting a new genre of poetry in this time. From 1945 till now, we have the contemporary period of American literature. Richard Wright published his autobiographical writing Black Boy in 1945. The novels of this time flourished in many ways. They were complex and full of social and cultural dissatisfaction. Toni Morrison, Norman Mailer, Philip Roth are the famous writers of the contemporary period. After the Second World War, America became the economic and political superpower. The Cold War between Soviet Union and the USA outlined the whole global politics, and all these elements had their own influences on American literature. That is why contemporary period is so diverse and full of interest. On that point, we end this series introduction. The upcoming videos are detailed discussion on the history of American literature, so don't forget to check back our channel time to time. Hope we'll learn something together. For now, tell me goodbye. We will be meeting on another Slideshow English video.